Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gonzii and we are back, bro. Today we are going to be talking about the opening games for the FIFA World Cup 2026 in Canada, United States and Mexico. Now, I just finished watching the second game here in Portugal. Right now is almost 5 a.m. because the last game started at 3 a.m. Portugal time. And so far, it's been an incredible experience. We had two games today. We had Mexico first against South Africa. I watched all of this game, man, and I still don't know exactly how this was played because it was really, really tough to watch at times because South Africa just looked disconnected from the game from the jump, man. And Mexico dominated. The thing about this World Cup that is different from previous World Cups, it's the conditions, it's the weather. Because, for example, Mexico will play all of the group stage games in Mexico. So you have a serious advantage in England, for example, because we already seen players from England complain about the heat and how hard it is to adapt to that level of heat on playing in Texas in the middle of the summer, for example. So yeah, Mexico dominated the game as expected as well because they are the best. They were the better team. They had 61% possession against 39. The XG, which are goals expected by chances, basically 1.46 for Mexico and 0.07 for South Africa. They were not in the game at all. They didn't have a big chance. Yeah, man, they just didn't show up to the game. Let's go through the game. At 9 minutes, really early on, massive mistake by the South African defense. Give the ball away on their 16-yard box. Mexico recovers, and Quinones finishes his dinner to get the 1-0 right away. So then it starts to crumble right away for South Africa because at the start of the second half, Sid Hall, the player from it is exactly his name, Sid Hall, clear chance on goal, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he makes a foul. That's a red card. Right away, excluded from the game, and put South Africa. They were already on the back foot and have to go even more on the back foot. And then Mexico continues to pile on the pressure, and at the hour mark, a little bit after the hour mark, minute 67, Raul Jimenez, which is the best player in Mexico's squad, the striker, scores a brilliant header. And then just more Mexico, man. Mexico dominated the ball, dominated possession. They did what they wanted with South Africa, and it got worse because then Zwaini literally hits one of the Mexican players in the face, violent conduct, red card after VAR check, and then Mexico as well had another example, just the exact play of the first red card for South Africa, clear chance on goal by South Africa, gets shirt pulled, red card, but South Africa can't manage to score on the free kick. Now, me personally, I have Mexico going pretty deep in this World Cup because again, the conditions, they are a very well balanced team and they have a pretty easy bracket. If certain things align, they have a pretty easy group as it is because I think they finished first in the group. Then we go to the second game of the day, which was the South Korea versus Czech Republic. Now, again, domination that I was not expecting from South Korea. They dominated the game in ways I was not expecting, bro. Again, 62% possession to 38, XG 1.84 to 0.81. Czech Republic was even winning this game. They started winning. The first half very tight, but South Korea was pushing on, pushing on, pushing on. Cross in by Kufal and Krejci with a header and scores the first goal against the tide of the game completely against the tide of the game. But South Korea kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pressing, and with a brilliant level of play, South Korea actually manages to tie the game with a brilliant play by In Byum. In Byum, I think is the name of the player. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, South Korean name. Where he is face to face with the goalie, cuts back, chips the goalie, great finish, well done by the South Korean team. Then Czech Republic scores again following a set piece, but it was Suchek was actually offside. Then South Korea kept pushing on, pushing on, pushing on. They were the better team the whole game, and Ho actually scored for South Korea. Another brilliant level of play, and South Korea played out of their minds. The goalkeeper for South Korea, let me just check the name real quick here on the site. Seung-gyu, brilliant performance by him. Absolutely brilliant performance by Seung-gyu. Son was actually pretty anonymous in this game, which is to be expected. He is the best player. He was marked pretty heavily. Yeah, man. Overall, great first day. I thought the Mexico game suffered a lot from the red cards. The quality of game wasn't there, and it's not going to be there for a lot of these games. And we cannot expect teams like Cape Verde and Curaçao to have brilliant performance and brilliant patterns of play. No, they're going to play the football that they can to try and win. Everybody here wants to win. There's no team here that wants to lose. And I think people have to realize that and have to change their mindsets. Because I've seen people, there's going to be so many trash games. Don't look at it as that. Look as a way of celebrating the sport, as to find new players that you weren't accustomed to. Me personally, I don't have that much of an allegiance even to my country, Portugal, even though we are favorites to win it, and I do want to see Ronaldo win the World Cup. I'm not really fussed about the other players. I don't really care about Portugal like that. To me, is sporting above everything else. So, sport, it's Jesus, my family, sporting, the rest, and the Kansas City Chiefs right underneath the sporting. But yeah, it's literally like that for me. I really don't care whether we win or lose. I want to see the US do well, man. I really want to see the US do well because I really feel like if the United States have a great showing, the sport can explode there. Easy sport to learn. It's an easy sport to get addicted to, and you just need an explosion in America. And I understand the two major sports will always be football, American football, and basketball, but soccer can come third, if not second, above basketball. I really believe that the US just needs to have a great showing. If the US win it, it's legit. The sport is saved over there because people want to play it to win again in the next 4 years. So, but a great showing, reach the quarters, and to me, that would be great. And win the group. They have to win their group as well. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, man. Every single day we're gonna have a recap of the World Cup games and more videos sprinkled in here and there. So bear in mind, a lot of content coming your way, even some reaction to some games. I'm going to be testing that because my PC is a potato. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. All glory to Jesus Christ. And I see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Goodbye.
You crawl out the smoke, call me by my own name. Play back every sin, every loss, every close shame. You remember that night, you reminded it in slow frame. Try to stain where you wash, but that stain don't hold same. You circle my mind like a vulture on cold prey.